Good evening, everybody. It's 7 o'clock on Monday, October 17th, and we'll call this meeting of the Sault Ste. Marie City Commission to order. We have a roll call, please.
Mayor Gary,
Here.
Mayor Bauer, or I'm sorry, Commissioner Bauer.
Here, but I like the way you.
Sounds
I like
all
the way you're
right. Commissioner Bospas-Rath, Commissioner Miller,
Here.
Commissioner Rubenstein,
Here.
Commissioner Talentino,
Here.
Commissioner Tuarty.
Here.
Commissioner Bospas-Rath did let us know that she was unable to make it this evening, so we need a motion to excuse.
I'll make that motion to excuse.
Support.
Been moved and supported. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
She is excused. If everybody that could stand, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. And welcome to Deputy City Manager Robin Troyer and Deputy City Clerk Erica Gordon. Good to see you both here tonight. We'll move right into, we don't have any proclamations or recognitions tonight, so we'll move into C, public comment. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to make any comments on any of our regularly scheduled agenda items? So anybody that would like to speak to any of our agenda items this evening? Nope. Seeing none, we'll move into item D, which is the consent agenda. Deputy City Clerk Gordon.
Okay, item 1 is the approval of the City Commission meeting minutes of October 3rd, 2022. Item 2 is the acceptance of the Downtown Development Authority meeting minutes of September 14th, 2022. Item 3 is the acceptance of the Police and Fire Pension Board meeting minutes of September 21st, 2022. Item 4 is the reappointment of Tom Tuco to the Historical Development Commission. Item 5 is the approval of fireworks permit for Lake Superior State University. And item 6 is the approval of the consent agenda items as presented.
Thank you very much. Does any commissioner like any of them removed for individual consideration, or do you want anything further explained? Commissioner Rubenstein.
Just a quick comment to state publicly that I'm an employee of Lake Superior State University, but I don't believe I need to recuse myself from the fireworks permit.
Correct. All right. Anybody else? Commissioner Tuarty.
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the consent agenda. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Nothing on E, special orders of business, or F, communications, so we'll move right along in the agenda under G, business items. Number 1, Deputy City Manager Troyer.
Thank you, Mayor. The first item for the Commission's consideration is change order number 2 for Maverick Construction for the George Kemp Marina Repair Project. The project that was approved by the Commission some time ago was the break wall and the sidewalk work repair, and during that project, the existing fuel lines had to be disconnected, and when they were reassembled, it was discovered they did not meet code and needed to be replaced. So this is the final change order to close out that project. And so there's 2 recommendations before the Commission. One is to increase the project budget with the additional $22,000 funded from the general fund. And the second motion is to approve the change order for the additional fuel system work, which increases the contract with Maverick to $850,343.24.
Thank you, Deputy City Manager. Does anybody have any questions on this item this evening? So there are 2 separate motions. Commissioner Rubenstein, would you like to make the motions?
Sure. Motion to increase the project budget from $896,800 to $918,800 with an additional $22,000 funded from the general fund.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Motion number 2, Commissioner Rubenstein.
Motion to approve change order 2 for additional fuel system work, which increases the contract with Maverick Construction to $850,000, $850,343.24.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. G, business items, number 2, Deputy City Manager Troyer.
The next item for the commission's consideration is award a bid for the downtown sidewalk snow removal. We released a bid, and from that release, we got 2 proposals, one from Cardinal Construction and the other one from Matheny. Upon review of the DDA board, they are recommending award of the contract to Cardinal Construction. For option 1, there was 2 options that was released as part of the bid package for a price of $245 per time for an overall yearly contract amount not to exceed $46,000. So the recommendation is that the City Commission would concur with the DDA board and approve the 3-year contract to Cardinal Construction for the downtown snow removal maintenance.
Thank you, Deputy City Manager Troyer. It was my understanding that their vote was unanimous in favor of this contract. Correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Any questions or comments for Deputy City Manager? Commissioner Bauer, you're the liaison to the DDA.
Sure,
Would you like
and there's been a lot of talk about snow removal downtown, and I want to remind everyone, because you never know who's going to watch this on YouTube or what after the fact, that this is just an approval of a bid, that there were 2 bids, and they voted on the lowest bid. And that is what this is the approval of. So, that said, I move that we accept the recommendation of the Downtown Development Authority and award that bid for downtown snow clearing services to Cardinal, as is written in the bid. Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any further questions or comments? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Thank you. Moving along quickly, H, City Manager announcements and updates. Deputy City Manager Troyer.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple updates. Just as a reminder to the public and to the commission, the form-based code public input sessions, there's 2 of them. They'll be held via Zoom. One is October 26th at 6 p.m. and one is October 27th at 2 p.m. You can access the Zoom link via the city's Facebook page. There is a post with those links, or if you have access to the City Commission agenda packet, the public notice is out there as well. So we would encourage the public to participate in those informational sessions. And that is all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you very much. And both of those are available via Zoom only, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions for Deputy City Manager this evening? Seeing none, we're moving into I, which is matters presented by the public. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to make any comments at this time? Sure, if you'd like to come up to the microphone, please, and state your name and residence for the record. Should be a little button in the middle.
Just push it once?
Yeah, yeah. Was it on? Okay,
It's green, okay.
thanks.
My name is Ed Joss. I'm a resident of the Sioux here. I've been born and raised all my life, other than about 5 years in Alaska and 3 years in North Dakota. I grew up in my whole youth playing hockey in this town at the Polar Stadium. And then after I was done playing hockey, probably for a good decade, I was involved with coaching kids' youth hockey here for 10, 12, 15 years, or managing teams all the way up to the midget program that we have. I see a problem down at the Polar right now that I have no involvement in it, but I go there to watch games, and I go to the concession stand, and it's a mess there. And I can't even get an order of fries. And I've been following the commission meetings here for quite some time, for well over a year. And there was a problem with getting some new equipment in there for the vendor that's leasing the place. And it's been well over a year, and nothing has happened yet. This last summer, it was brought up after multiple times, and it was under consideration, because when it first started, nobody really knew who was in charge and who was doing what. So somebody wasn't doing their job, and nothing ever got done, and by the time it got readdressed again, the bids for that to be done went up $80,000, $90,000, if not more. And it seems to be happening again. Now, I go to that concession stand, and I can't even get an order of fries in an ice rink. And you can go anywhere in the country and get an order of fries. And there's many other items that aren't even available there. And like I said, I don't have an involvement in it. But I would mention that if I was the person that was leasing that spot, and I don't know what their lease agreement is, if they're paying the full lease or not, but if it was me, I'd be contacting my attorney that I'm getting loss of profits here because I can't even run half my business if I was there. This summer, the last time this was brought up, and I've been listening to probably the last 3-4 months of meetings, it was brought up that this was gonna be addressed and taken care of, and it was gonna be, the equipment was gonna be in and ready to go for the beginning of this season. It's a month and a half into this season, and nothing's there. It's still the same thing, and there's no talk about it, whether it's going in closed chambers. It's possible, but it looks like it might be another whole year. I would like to know, is it being addressed? Is it going to be taken care of? It always comes down to there's red tape. It's always red tape. It's always red tape. But what the commission has to realize is you're the people that cause the red tape. So instead of having a 100-yard roll of red tape, have a 10-foot yard of it and get it taken care of. I mean, the longer it goes on, if it doesn't even look like it's gonna be done this year. And if it's not this year, it'll be next year. And by then, you know, everybody knows the way the cost of things are going up. Equipment, installation, everything's gonna be even a lot more. Then it's gonna be another problem, because then more money has to be found to take care of it. Is it still on the agenda to be taken care of?
I don't know what the status is of it. The last update we had was, I think city manager had come to an agreement with the Eagles in regard to the equipment, because they're gonna get some new equipment in there that didn't have to have a hood, I believe. I think maybe the fire chief knows a little bit more about it. Do you, or sorry to put you on the spot, no? Unfortunately, city manager's not here this evening, but I know he was addressing it, and we have asked him several times, so we could get you an update at the next meeting, or we could have him reach out to you, if that would work.
Well, like I said,
But
I'm
we
not-
agree with you that the equipment needs to be
I'm not part of
there.
the organization,
Yeah.
but this has been happening all summer long for a whole year. And it's a matter, well, we'll get with somebody, we'll get with somebody. I'm not asking for a name, because I have nothing to do with it. But somebody should be in charge of this. And if somebody is in charge of it, they're not doing their job. And if they're not doing their job, whoever's in charge of them is not doing their job to make sure they're doing their job. Because every time there's an update, there's an update.
Yeah.
We can get to you next meeting. And then all of a sudden it gets bypassed because something come up, and then it's another month. A hockey season is the biggest time down there at that concession being used. And it isn't just for the Eagles, I was there when they had a Bantam game playing Marquette, when public skating's on. There's very little that can be used in that concession stand because of the situation. And my only concern and problem is the fact that it's being ignored. And it looks like that 100% to the public, because nothing is happening. It's been well over a year to get some equipment in there. And it's not major equipment. I'm sure that the cost is high, but from what I understand, just talking to them, they're looking for a fryer and they're looking for a grill. Well, it isn't like they're looking, I know it needs some rewiring that I'm hearing, but those are 3 aspects. I mean, somebody's got to start stepping up and doing something, because it is being noticed. And that's a community building that the whole community uses. You know, it's a city community building. It's not a private enterprise. So I thought I would come up and bring it up, because nobody has really came up to bring it up to the commission in this manner. And I'm not trying to sound ignorant about it, but somebody's got to start stepping on foots about it.
Well, we appreciate your comments, and they were very good comments, thank you, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, we will certainly follow up on it and have the city manager give an update, and hopefully of the progress at the next meeting, so thank you again for your comments. Anybody else in the audience that would like to make any comments at this time? All right, moving on into item J, which is matters presented by the city commission, city commissioners. Sure, Commissioner Twardy.
Just a reminder that next Friday night is downtown trick-or-treating, and it is from 5 to 7 p.m. They'll have events going on in the farmers market parking lot. Downtown businesses are participating. This year is the first year of the, what is the parade called? Something Fright? Parade of Frights? I think it's Parade of Frights. And it's starting at Portage and Magazine, and then they will end, I think, right around Ashman Street Bridge. And then also at the Avery Center, they're going to have a photo booth. So there's lots going on. So bring your little ones downtown from 5 to 7, October 28th.
All right, anybody else? Seeing none, Commissioner Talentino, would you like to?
Make a motion to adjourn?
Yep.
Support.
Been moved and supported that we adjourn this meeting.